Welcome back to the Traveling Traders. My name is Paul. Today is the 7th of March where I am, and what a wild ride we had yesterday. We went up higher, ended up flat for today, but tomorrow we're going to have to bring our A game to the market because I'm expecting a few volatile days with Uncle Jay Powell getting hauled before the Capitol Hill for some testimony tomorrow. So let's just see what we can expect tomorrow because, as always, we forget the news, we trade the chart in front of us. Let's see what the Elliott Wave Theory is telling us what could be on the menu for tomorrow. So okay, I've got the Nasdaq Micro Futures open here. This is where we are at the moment. So the day has barely gotten started. This is a 1 hour chart. So for us to know what could be coming for the day, we first need to look left and see what's happened already up till now. And as you know, at this channel, we are applying Elliott Wave Theory because all the traders worth their salt to earn the best money out there, in my opinion, they apply Elliott Wave. So what does that look like? Again, wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and wave 5, followed by an ABC correction. There is the pattern that is the secret sauce to big money in day trading. So on this 1 hour chart, can you see the wave there? And I've actually just handily got it drawn up. You've got wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And at the end of yesterday in my newsletter, I was busy saying that I was expecting an ABC correction to come back down for us to look for opportunities to buy it back up again. However, the market decided, no, we're not going to pull back that much. We are just going to go straight for the moon again. And so what happened ended up going higher. The bears just got absolutely blasted higher over here. This is the sort of move over there that I was expecting for the beginning of the day. They tried just for the buyers to take over, but now with this sell move there, do not be surprised to get a proper ABC correction going down to some sort of an area of support. So we shall see. But now with this move having gone higher, I do not consider this to be the high of wave 5 anymore. I'm just going to push it up over there. But now, just by way of quick review, does this follow all of the Elliott wave rules? And you bet it does. Look at wave 1. If we use our handy Fibonacci retracement tool, it's gone to the pullback zone perfectly, so that is a check. And then we can start setting some targets when we see that. So the Fibonacci extension tool is saying that there was the target zone for the buyers. It got there beautifully and hung around there for quite a few hours. So check, we are on the right track. And then there was a pullback of wave 3. Wave 3 loves to pull back to the 38.2% range of your wave 3. It did it beautifully and took off like a jackrabbit. Of course, with my plans, I like to trade wave 4 and to retest the high of wave 3. Technically, in my opinion, with Elliott Wave Theory, it doesn't technically need to retest the high to qualify to be a wave 5, and it doesn't actually have any kind of real target zone either. It could just hit the top of wave 3 and just keep on going. So all of this is technically a wave 5. This is not, in my mind, enough of a correction to qualify itself to be a proper correction because it's just too shallow. But now that we are here where we are, what can we expect next? Well, as I said, I'm looking for an ABC correction. Now this, let me just look here. This wave 1 has not retraced very far. It could come back just a little bit more. However, I would expect at least the same movement as that wave to repeat itself. It loves to work itself that way, an ABC correction. So I'll be looking for about 12,141 on the Nasdaq tomorrow as a very nice buy zone to go back up. But before we get there, just expect a timber. I would not be surprised if the market, all the traders out there are going to be watching Jay Powell at Capitol Hill they're just going to have their goggles on this guy, watching every single move he makes, every eyebrow raise, every little smile, every little inflection in his voice. It's either going to make the market tear up or tear down. One thing we know, it's going to be volatile, so we need to be careful tomorrow. But let's just go back to a 5-minute chart and to see where are we right now. Let's look for some Elliott waves. We know the wider context is we're looking for it to go down. That's what the wave pattern is telling us. That's where we are right now in the context. But leading up to that, have a look at the first sequence down to make a wave A. Where is the Elliott wave there? Well, if this is wave 1, there's wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. Let's confirm, is this correct and on the right track? So here are the rules. Here is what you do to confirm if you know that that's an Elliott wave sequence. Wave 1 is like that. It needs to retrace back to the target zone of wave 1. Check. Beautiful. On the right track. That means we can set some targets. Here are the targets. Look at that. That is what I want to see. I want to see wave 1, that wave 2 needs to pull back to the right zone, and then wave 3 typically needs to go. It mustn't hang around thinking about things. It's got to go for it. It tends to be the strongest wave in the sequence. And so if you see a move like that, you know you're dealing with a wave 3. It must get to the target zone for me to be interested to trade it as well and kind of bounce around it for a little while. What I don't want to see is the market to get to that target zone just to blast through without having a pause. And also, when I say a pause, not just a little pause that goes like this and down. It needs to hang around there for a little bit and the market try to figure out what is going to happen next, because the buyers are going to look at that and think to themselves, okay, well, we're done. You know, the sellers are struggling. We're going to try to buy that back up, and they are loading up their positions, only to realize, no, this is a wave 5 incoming. The sellers come back in, shove it down the buyer's throat, and then down we go. Always follow the trend. Another nice handy way that you can know that you're dealing with a wave 3 is to use some channeling. If you connect the high of wave 1 and you connect it to the high of wave 2 over there, it gives you a nice little trend line. Now what you want to see is the market blast through that trend line. What you don't want to see is the market doing this. This is more of a corrective pattern at that point. You want to see the market blast through that trend line, and it is another level of confirmation you have a wave 3. Now, of course, we know that wave 3 likes to have a pullback on it to get to the 38%. It did not quite reach it this time, so I sat in my hands. I did not trade that. Everything else was beautiful, but you know, I'm a disciplined trader. I want the strategy to play out perfectly for me to take the trade. So it did not get to the 38.2% corrective zone, so I sat this one out. But if those out there who had, you know, cojones and stones and just wanted to get in anyway, well, you had a handy payday, didn't you? But now that you've had your wave sequence going down, there it is, we can expect an ABC correction to go back up, only for it to sell back down again. And so this is where it's coming. So I would like to see the market first come back to around the 38%, the 50% zone of that downward move for me to start getting interested to sell this back down again. Then at that point, what am I looking for? I'm looking for the same thing. It actually gets kind of boring. You know, you're stuck in a time warp, a time loop. The markets keep repeating themselves with this Elliott wave. So you're looking for it to correct back up, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want to sell wave 4 to retest the low of wave 3, and that is the trade that I'll be looking for tomorrow. 100 ticks. That's all I want out of the market is 100 ticks. To know more about how to trade this and how Elliott Wave Theory works, just have a look at my website, thetravelingtraders.com. I go down deep in a free 1-hour video course that explains exactly how this Elliott Wave Theory works. It's going to change your day trading forever. So I'll see you over there, guys. Have a great day out there. Happy trading. And just remember, be careful tomorrow. It's going to be volatile.